Rites of Eleusis by Aleister Crowley. The Rite of Venus Introduction. We are the poets. We are the children of the wood and the stream, of mist and mountain, of sun and wind. We are the Greeks. To us, the rites of Eleusis should open the doors of heaven. We shall enter in. We shall see God face to face. Under the stars I will go forth, my brothers, and drink of that lustral dew. I will return, my brothers, when I have seen God face to face, and read within those eternal eyes the secret that shall make you free. Then will I choose you and test you and instruct you in the mysteries of Eleusis. O brave hearts, cool eyes, trembling lips, I will put a live coal upon your lips and flowers upon your eyes and a sword in your hearts. And you also shall see God face to face. Thus shall we give back its youth to the world. For like tongues of triple flame we shall look upon the great deep. Hail unto the lords of the groves of Eleusis. In order to induce religious ecstasy in its highest form, a series of sacred services is proposed, 7 in number. Each service corresponds to one of the 7 ages of man. Each is dedicated to the planet that rules its age. Saturn, the lean and slippered pantaloon, the sorrow of old age. Jupiter, the solemn and serene judge, he who has arrived, he who commands. Mars, the soldier, full of vigor, full of fire, formidable in strength, Sol, the man who still carries youth within him, who loves, who labours, joyful and grave by turns. Venus, the lover with the woeful ballad. Mercury, the schoolboy, careless, mischievous, alive with motion and delight. Luna, childhood, innocence, unstained, luminous. As the moon herself, each age has its own rite, poetic, musical. Each reveals the nature of its ruling power. The mind of the spectator is tuned to a single pure idea, melancholy and austerity in Saturn, force and fire in Mars. Nature and love in Venus. When identification is complete, the union is ecstatic bliss. Its only imperfection is that each idea is partial. Thus, ecstasy is progressive. Step by step, the adept unites with higher and holier ideas until he becomes one with the universe. To him there is no more death. Time and space dissolve. Nothing remains but unchanging rapture. These rites mirror humanity itself. Its ascent, its failure. Man, unable to solve the riddle of existence, turns first to Saturn and receives only despair. He seeks wisdom in Jupiter, but wisdom without strength is sterile. Mars brings victory, yet lacking restraint, he squanders triumph in excess. Thus the perfected man, the sun divided against himself, falls at the height of glory. Who mourns him but Venus, Mother Nature, lady of love and sorrow? Blessed is she if she carries the seed of resurrection. Yet Venus herself draws her charm from Mercury, the swift and ambiguous youth. His tricks scandalize and delight the heavens, but Mercury too must pass. He yields to the youngest power, the moon. Behold her, veiled, crowned, silent, awaiting the future. She is Isis and Mary, Ishtar and Bhavani, Artemis and Diana. Yet even she is barren until the spirit of the infinite all, great Pan, tears away the veil and reveals the hope of humanity. The crowned child of the future. These mysteries, recovered from the darkness of history, are revealed once more, that the world may be redeemed, for the corruptible shall put on incorruptibility, the mortal shall put on immortality. The adepts shall walk crowned in the gardens of the world. Plucking roses, tasting ripe grapes, breathing sunlight and air, they shall dance in moonlight before Dionysus. They shall delight beneath the stars with Aphrodite, yet beyond all this they shall dwell in the unchanged heaven, here and now. Public performances of the rites. 1910, Caxton Hall, The Rite of Saturn, October 19th. The Rite of Jupiter, October 26th. The Rite of Mars, November 2nd. The Rite of Sol, November 9th. The Rite of Venus, November 16th. The Rite of Mercury, November 23rd. The Rite of Luna, November 30th. The Rite of Venus, the officers Venus, blue robe, Taurus, orange robe, Libra, green robe, Pisces, crimson robe, Luna in Taurus, silver robe, Saturn in Libra, black robe, no officer bears a weapon. Venus is enthroned. On her right sit Libra and Saturn in Libra. On her left sit Taurus and Luna in Taurus. At her feet lies Pisces. Her throne is an oyster shell, as in the picture by Botticelli. Before it, a veil without an altar, and without the temple, a further veil. The Rite of Venus Prelude, full light. Venus seated before the altar. Libra and Taurus at its sides. Venus 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Libra 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Taurus 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Venus, brother Libra, I command thee to declare the secret of Venus. Libra, I am that which began. Out of me the years roll. Out of me God and man, I am equal, I am whole. God changes, and man, and the form of them bodily. I am the soul, before ever land was, before ever the sea, before soft hair of the grass, before fair limbs of the tree, before the fresh-coloured fruit of my branches I was. And thy soul was in me. First life on my sources drifted and swam. Out of me are the forces that save it or damn. Out of me man and woman, wild beast and bird. Before God was, I am. Beside or above me, naught is there to go. Love me or unlove me, know me or unknow me. I am that which unloves me and loves. I am stricken, and I am the blow. I am the mark that is missed, and the arrows that miss. I am the mouth that is kissed, and the breath in the kiss. The search, and the sought, and the seeker, the soul and the body that is. I am that thing which blesses my spirit elate, that which caresses with hands uncreate my limbs unbegotten, that measure the length of the measure of fate. But what thing dost thou now, looking Godward, cry? I am I, thou art thou. I am low, thou art high. I am thou whom thou seekest to find. Find thou but thyself, thou art I. I am the grain and the furrow, the plough-cloven clod, and the ploughshare drawn through, the germ and the sod, the deed and the doer, the seed and the sower, the dust which is God. Hast thou known how I fashioned thee, child underground, fire that impassioned thee, iron that bound, dim changes of water? What thing of all these hast thou known or found? Canst thou say in thine heart thou hast seen with thine eyes, with what cunning of art thou wast wrought, in what wise, by what force of what stuff thou wast shapen and shown on my breast to the skies? Who hath given, who hath sold it thee, knowledge of me? Hath the wilderness told it thee? Hast thou learned of the sea? Hast thou communed in spirit with night? Have the winds taken counsel with thee? Have I set such a star to show light on thy brow, that thou sawest from afar what I show to thee now? Have ye spoken as brethren together, the sun and the mountains and thou? What is here dost thou know it? What was hast thou known? Prophet nor poet, nor tripod nor throne, nor spirit nor flesh can make answer, only thy mother alone. Mother, not maker, born and not made. Though her children forsake her, allured or afraid, praying prayers to the God of their fashion, she stirs not for all that have prayed. A creed is a rod, a crown is of night, but this thing is God, to be man with thy might, to grow straight in the strength of thy spirit, and live out thy life as the light. I am in thee to save thee, as my soul in thee saith. Give thou, as I gave thee, thy life blood and breath, green leaves of thy labour, white flowers of thy thought, and red fruit of thy death. Be the ways of thy giving as mine were to thee, the free life of thy living, be the gift of it free. Not as servant to lord, nor as master to slave, shalt thou give thee to me. O children of banishment, souls overcast, were the lights ye see vanish meant always to last, ye would know not the sun overshining the shadows and stars overpast. I that saw where ye trod the dim paths of the night, set the shadow called God in your skies to give light. But the morning of manhood is risen, the shadowless soul is in sight. The tree many-rooted that swells to the sky, with frondage red-fruited, the life-tree am I. In the buds of your lives is the sap of my leaves. Ye shall live and not die. But the gods of your fashion that take and that give, in their pity and passion that scourge and forgive, they are worms that are bred in the bark falls off. They shall die and not live. My own blood is what stanches the wounds in my bark. Stars caught in my branches make day of the dark. They are worshipped as suns till the sunrise shall tread out their fires as a spark. Where dead ages hide under the live roots of the tree, in my darkness the thunder makes utterance of me. In the clash of my boughs with each other ye hear the wave sound of the sea. That noise is of time. His feathers are spread, his feet set to climb through the boughs overhead. My foliage rings round him and rustles, branches bend with his tread. The storm winds of ages blow through me and cease, the war wind that rages, the spring wind of peace. Ere the breath of them roughen my tresses, ere one of my blossoms increase. All sounds of all changes, all shadows and lights, all forms of all faces, all works of all hands, all death and all life, and all rains and all ruins drop through me as sands. Though sore be my burden and more than ye know, and my growth have no guerdon but only to grow, yet I fail not of growing for lightnings above me or death worms below. These two have their part in me, as I too in these. Such fire is at heart in me, Such sap is this tree's. It hath in it all sounds and all secrets of infinite lands and of seas. In the spring-coloured hours when my mind was as maize, there break forth of me flowers by centuries of days. Strong blossoms with perfume of manhood shot out from my spirit as rays, and the sound of them springing and smell of their shoots were as warmth and sweet singing and strength to my roots. The lives of my children made perfect with freedom of soul were my fruits. I bid you but be. I have need not of prayer. I have need of you free as your mouths of mine air, that my heart may be greater within me, beholding the fruits of me fair. More fair than strange fruit is of faith's ye espouse. In me only the root is that blooms in your boughs. Behold now your God that ye made you, to feed him with faith of your vows. O my sons, O too dutiful toward gods, not of me. Was not I enough beautiful? Was it hard to be free? For behold, I am with you, am in you and of you. Look forth now and see. Man, pulse of my centre, fruit of my body, seed of my soul, one birth of my bosom, one beam of mine eye, man, equal and one with me. Man that is made of me, man that is I, all present recline, and sleep. Venus, having ears they hear not. Brothers Taurus and Libra, let the veil be drawn, they do so. Part 1. Twilight. Venus is enthroned on high, swathed in masses of red hair and roses. The altar is covered with roses. There is a small flame thereon. Taurus and Libra draw the inner veil apart. Libra returns and kneels. Libra, daughter of glory, child of earth's Dione mild, by the father of all, the aegis-bearing king. Spouse, daughter, mother of God, queen of the blessed abode in Cyprus' splendour singly glittering. Sweet sister unto me, I cry aloud to thee. I laugh upon thee laughing, O dew caught up from sea, drawn by sharp sparrow and dove, and swan's wide plumes of love, and all the swallow's swifter vehemence, and subtler than the sphinx, the ineffable inks heralds thy splendour swooning into sense, when from the bluest bowers and greenest-hearted hours of heaven thou smilest toward earth, a miracle of flowers. Down to the loveless sea, where lay Persephone violate, where the shade of earth is black, crystalline out of space, flames the immortal face. The glory of the comet-tailed track blinds all black earth with tears. Silence awakes and hears the music of thy moving come over the starry spheres. Wrapped in rose, green and gold, blues many and manifold, a cloud of incense hides thy splendour of light, hides from the prayer's distress thy loftier loveliness, till thy veil's glory shrouds the earth from night, and silence speaks indeed, seeing the subtler speed of its own thought than speech of the Pandean reed. Libra returns, Venus 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Saturn, amen. Venus 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, Saturn, amen. Venus 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1. Libra and Pisces, amen. Venus, brother Saturn, what is the hour? Saturn, twilight. Venus, sister Pisces, from whose house are we come out? Pisces, from the house of death. Venus, brother Taurus, what is stronger than death? Taurus, love. Venus, brother Libra, what is the place? Libra, the mountain of Venus, that hangeth from the navel of the universe over the great abyss. Venus, let us celebrate the rite of Venus. Luna plays a waltz tune, the probationers dance together. Venus, children of love, what is the hour? All a confused murmur, it is the hour of love. All sink down together, the lights go out, a long pause. Part 2, Venus awakening. 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3. Venus is brilliantly illuminated, the rest remain dark. Venus, little brother, what is the hour? Pisces, the dawn is at hand. Venus, little brother, what is the place? Taurus, it is the holy mountain of Our Lady Venus. Venus, children, awake and rejoice. Libra, awake and rejoice. Pisces, how shall we rejoice? Taurus, as Our Lady hath appointed. Libra, as you like it. Pisces, wherein shall we rejoice? Taurus, in Our Lady Venus. Libra, in what you will. Taurus, thy will, Our Lady, and not ours be done. Pisces, mistress, let the adorations be performed. Venus, children, array yourselves before me and rejoice in the adorations of my beauty. They form each with his partner. Libra disappears behind the veil. Taurus recites invocation. Taurus, salutation to Hathor, holy cow in the pastures of evening. Salutation to Hathor, in the mountain of the west. In the land of perfect peace, salutation. A devouring fire is thy soul, and the corpses of the dead are enkindled at thy breath. Salutation to Hathor, the child of Isis and of Nephthys. Salutation to Hathor, the bride of Apis that hath the beetle upon his tongue. A devouring fire is thy soul, and the corpses of the dead are enkindled at thy breath. Salutation to Hathor, whose necklace is of the souls of the blessed ones of Amenti. Salutation to Hathor, whose girdle is of the souls of the blessed ones of Seb. Salutation to Hathor, whose sandals are of the souls of the blessed ones of Nu. A devouring fire is thy soul, and the corpses of the dead are enkindled at thy breath. Returns to his throne. Venus, brother Libra, art thou silent? A pause. Brother Libra, where art thou? Libra, still hidden, recites from Swinburne's Atalanta. Another chorus from Atalanta in Calydon by A.C. Swinburne. We have seen thee, O love, thou art fair, thou art goodly, O love. Thy wings make light in the air as the wings of a dove. Thy feet are as winds that divide the stream of the sea. Earth is thy covering to hide thee, the garment of thee. Thou art swift and subtle, and blind as a flame of fire. Before thee the laughter, behind thee the tears of desire. And twain go forth beside thee, a man with a maid. Her eyes are the eyes of a bride whom delight makes afraid. As the breath in the buds that stir is her bridal wreath. But fate is the name of her, and his name is death. For an evil blossom was born of sea foam and the frothing of blood, blood red and bitter of fruit, and the seed of it laughter and tears, and the leaves of it madness and scorn, a bitter flower from the bud, sprung of the sea without root, sprung without graft from the years. The weft of the world was untorn, that is woven of the day on the night. The hair of the hours was not white, nor the raiment of time overworn. When a wonder, a world's delight, a perilous goddess was born, and the waves of the sea as she came, clove and the foam at her feet, fawning, rejoiced to bring forth a freshly blossomed flame, filling the heavens with heat to the cold white ends of the north. And in the air, the clamorous birds, and men upon earth that hear sweet articulate words, sweetly divided apart, and in shallow channel and mere, the rapid and footless herds rejoiced, being foolish of heart. For all they said upon earth, she is fair, she is white like a dove, and the life of the world in her breath breathes and is born at her birth. For they knew thee for mother of love, and knew thee not mother of death. What hadst thou to do, being born, mother, when winds were at ease, as a flower of the springtime of corn, as a flower of the foam of the seas? For bitter thou wast from thy birth, Aphrodite, a mother of strife. For before thee some rest was on earth, a little respite from tears, a little pleasure of life. For life was not then as thou art, but as one that waxeth in years, sweet-spoken, a fruitful wife. Earth had no thorn, and desire no sting, neither death any dart. What hadst thou to do among these, thou, clothed with a burning fire, thou girt with sorrow of heart, thou sprung from the seed of the seas, as an ear from a seed of corn, as a brand plucked forth of a pyre, as a ray shed forth of the morn, for division of soul and disease, for a dart and a sting and a thorn? What ailed thee then to be born? Was there not evil enough, mother, and anguish on earth? Born with a man at his birth, wastes underfoot and above, storm out of heaven, and dearth shaken down from the shining thereof, wrecks from afar overseas, and perils of shallow and firth, and tears that spring and increase in the barren places of mirth, that thou, having wings as a dove, being girt with desire for a girth, that thou must come after these, that thou must lay on him love? Thou shouldst not so have been born, but death should have risen with thee, mother, and visible fear, grief, and the wringing of hands, and noise of many that mourn, the smitten bosom, the knee bowed, and in each man's ear a cry as of perishing lands, a moan as of people in prison, a tumult of infinite griefs, and thunder of storm on the sands, and wailing of wives on the shore. And under the newly arisen, loud shoals and shipwrecking reefs, fierce air and violent light, sail rent and sundering oar, darkness and noises of night, clashing of streams in the sea, wave against wave as a sword, clamour of currents and foam, rains making ruin on earth, winds that wax ravenous and roam as wolves in a wolvish horde, fruit growing faint in the tree, and blind things dead in their birth, famine and blighting of corn when thy time was come to be born. Libra appears and confronts her. All these we know of, but thee who shall discern or declare? In the uttermost ends of the sea, the light of thine eyelids and hair, the light of thy bosom as fire between the wheel of the sun and the flying flames of the air. Wilt thou turn thee not yet, nor have pity, but abide with despair and desire, and the crying of armies undone, lamentation of one with another, and breaking of city by city, the dividing of friend against friend, the severing of brother and brother, wilt thou utterly bring to an end. Have mercy, mother. Venus, nay, brother, thou art the chiefest of my chosen. Libra, alas, Venus, yea, brother, in the end all turn to me, and all return to me. Isis am I, and from my life are fed all showers and suns, all moons that wax and wane, all stars and streams, the living and the dead, the mystery of pleasure and of pain. I am the mother, I the speaking sea, I am the earth and its fertility, life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me, to me. Hathor am I, and to my beauty drawn all glories of the universe bow down, the blossom and the mountain and the dawn, fruits blush, and woman our creation's crown. I am the priest, the sacrifice, the shrine, I am the love and life of the divine. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness are surely mine, are mine. Venus am I, the love and light of earth, the wealth of kisses, the delight of tears, the barren pleasure never come to birth, the endless, infinite desire of years. I am the shrine at which thy long desire devoured thee with intolerable fire. I was song, music, passion, death upon thy lyre. Thy lyre! I am the grail and I the glory now. I am the flame and fuel of thy breast. I am the star of God upon thy brow. I am thy queen, enraptured and possessed. Hide thee, sweet river, welcome to the sea, ocean of love that shall encompass thee. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me. To me. Pisces performs a sleepy, sinuous dance by herself and returns to Venus's throne, lapsed into herself and as if exhausted. Rise, rise, my knight, my king, my love, arise! See the grave avenues of paradise, the dewy larches bending at my breath, portentous cedars prophesying death. She is interrupted by the violin of the throned Luna, who plays her unutterable melody. Pisces manifests distress. Venus, brother Libra, what is this song? Libra, my soul is an enchanted boat, which like a sleeping swan doth float upon the silver waves of thy sweet singing, and thine doth like an angel sit beside a helm conducting it. Whilst all the winds with melody are ringing, it seems to float ever for ever upon that many-winding river, between mountains, woods, abysses, a paradise of wildernesses, till, like one in slumber bound, borne to the ocean, I float down, around, into a sea profound of ever-spreading sound. Meanwhile thy spirit lifts its pinions in music's most serene dominions, catching the winds that fan that happy heaven. And we sail on, away afar, without a course, without a star, but by the instinct of sweet music driven, till through Elysian garden islets, by thee most beautiful of pilots, where never mortal pinnace glided, the boat of my desire is guided realms, where the air we breathe is love, which in the winds and on the waves doth move, harmonizing this earth with what we feel above. We have passed ages' icy caves, and manhood's dark and tossing waves, and youth's smooth oceans smiling to betray. Beyond the glassy gulfs we flee of shadow-peopled infancy, through death and birth to a diviner day, a paradise of vaulted bowers lit by downward-gazing flowers, and watery paths that wind between wildernesses calm and green, peopled by shapes too bright to see, and rest having beheld, somewhat like thee, which walk upon the sea and chant melodiously. Venus manifests distress. Pisces slips away to the throne of Luna. Luna plays her conquering melody. Venus, oh! Oh! Libra, holier than pleasure is pain. Nobler is abstinence than indulgence. From sloth and faith we turn to toil and science. From the tame victories of the body to the wild triumphs of the mind. Venus, it is the ruin of the temple. Libra, for from thee cometh the utterance of the present, but of the future no word. Venus, and thou wilt. Libra, the word. Saturn comes out and dances his dance and falls, clasping the hem of Libra's robe. Venus, who is this? These are not my dances. These footsteps tread not my measures. Not me he worships by the paces and pauses of his feet. Luna plays a wild and horrible melody. Saturn drags Libra backwards into the dusk. The probationers group similarly, Mars with Mars and Venus with Venus. Some too stand isolated. Venus, brother Taurus, art thou faithful, thou alone? Taurus seductively yet ironically. Knowest thou not me? Venus, yea, my beloved, lord of all my doves. Taurus, Venus, our lady. Venus, come unto me. She half rises and draws him to her. Taurus, within the veil? Venus, there is no veil before my shrine. She unfastens his robe. As it falls, he leaps up with the caduceus as Mercury and tramples her beneath his feet. Taurus, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All come forward, Saturn with Libra linked. Luna and Pisces linked and bow to him. Luna, the treason is accomplished. Pisces, the mind is nobler than the body. Saturn, friendship is holier than love. Libra, nature is overcome by wit. Pisces, how shall we adore thee? Taurus, as you like it. Saturn, what shall we sacrifice? Taurus, what you will. Luna plays a moto perpetuo, all bow in adoration to Mercury. Libra, brother, what is the hour? Pisces, dawn. Libra, let us depart unto the work of the day. All, amen.